So I decided the little green monster needed roof rails and a cargo rack at the top to give me a little more cargo space or carrying capacity. So first thing is, don't try to save too much money and buy the cheap junk. It's on that auction site or on the jungle site. I'll post up a video of my experience with that. I tried those first. They were the worst garbage ever, and about 150 or 60 bucks. When the OEM ones are about 250, 240 maybe. I'll look back at those, exactly what they were. Anyway, not worth the price on the cheap ones. Just absolute garbage. These OEM ones seem pretty good. I'm sure some quality aftermarket like Yakima rails would be pretty good, but they're also a whole lot more than the OEM rails, so I went with the OEMs here. Second thing is, read the instruction sheet that comes with it. I mean, you know, as with anything else, they include instructions for a reason, so make sure you look at them. But they're pretty simple, and I'll go through it real quick here, putting the front rail on. So first step in the process, for rails front and back on each side, there's a cover piece here, and you've got to get that off. And the instructions do include info on this. You could take a quarter or a screwdriver here, and you're just going to get in that notch and slide it forward, maybe a 1/4 inch. These front ones were real tough. There we go. Slides forward, and then it just lifts out of there pretty easily if you can get your fingernail under it. And right down there you can see, if the sun's not too bright, the anchor bolt down there. And it'll just thread in right there. So we've got to do the same on the other side, and we can set the rail up here. The rails are wide enough. This is really a one-person job. If you can reasonably line it up so that you don't scratch when you set it down on the opposite side. Not a tall vehicle, but depending on your height, you may want a small step stool just so you can reach and see a little easier, but other than that, not a whole lot of tools needed. So in the box on the factory rail here, the rear rail had the pads already on. The front rail does not. They are marked front here, and this little lip kind of goes to the inside. You can see those two tabs. You kind of line them up right there, and then they just kind of pop in like that. Now the rail's together. Also an arrow on the bottom of each rail that marks which end is forward or which edge. So this is the forward edge. It is the thicker edge, so you don't get so much of a whistling sound. I've also noticed that on both the front and the back rail, this one being the driver's side or left hand, as you're sitting in the driver's seat, and it's noted LH there for left hand, that end is fixed and tight, and the passenger side has just a little bit of give there. It doesn't mention anything about tightening these down, and I actually just tested them a bit. They are very tight, so that give is meant to be there, it looks like, so that can slide in. So anyway, I'm going to set this up here. If my little helper will move out of the way. And I'm going to make sure I have the forward edge facing forward. Okay, so that sits up there nice and easy. And I don't know why it came with 4 keys. I don't think I need that many. You can kind of wiggle it around there and see where our bolt hole is. And I can see it. You probably can't on camera, but it's right down there. And I will start the bolt. And unlike that cheap off-brand that shipped from Turkey, these bolts were actually long enough on the rear, and I'm sure they're going to be on the front because they're set up exactly the same. These are an Allen head, and it actually came with an Allen wrench. They've got a pretty good looking washer there, and then just like a nylon retainer, and that'll also be a bit of a cushion. The directions actually say to torque to 27 inch-pounds, which is not very tight at all, and of course probably doesn't need to be real tight. That's fairly thin, I guess, kind of nut assembly down there that this is going into, so don't over torque them, you'll strip it out. Been accused at times of using thread locker excessively, but I don't think there's any harm in putting just a little bit on here. This is the blue, this is the light stuff. It's easy to get, you know, the assembly apart, but it should help keep it from rattling loose from vibration. And I'm going to try to start this by hand to make sure I have it threaded properly before I go to using a tool on it, so I don't want to cross thread it. feel that I'm on it right there. I can't tell if I'm in it or just sitting on the top edge of it. There you go. So I'm not using a torque wrench here, but 27 inch-pounds is not very tight at all, just nice and snug. You might look at your gasket and make sure it's all lined up down here, this rubber foot. Looks pretty good quality here on this OEM model. Nice and soft. It's not going to tear up the paint like that cheap brand would have, if it would have even fit. Push up just a little bit and then that'll snap down. Turn your lock and that's it. I mean, this is one of the easiest little product installs I've ever done. Of course, it helps with height. You know, a lot of times we're doing this on pickups and they're a lot taller and you're up and down a ladder. You know, even if it's just a couple little step stool ladder, a couple of steps, it makes it a little more difficult, but this was really pretty easy. So start with a quality product. Don't buy the ultra cheap one. It just wasn't worth it. Didn't work at all. It wouldn't fit, and even if it did, the pads were such hard plastic that they would have just cut into the paint. Comes with the tool you need. I'm a fan of Loctite though. I put a little bit on there. If you ever want to take these off, you know, you sell the car and you want to carry them over or sell them separate, hang on to the keys. Other than that, this is a nice easy install, but if you want to see how bad those off-brands are,
High five.
Alright, high five.
Yeah.
Watch my video on that. I'm going to throw a little something together. Those things were just so bad. So, pretty impressed with these overall. Oh, I guess Pooh Bear needs to ride on here, huh? Well, let's get him up here where he can be seen. Alright. So, I'm going to put a actual basket or roof rack up here on top of these rails, but I'm going to have a helper help me do that because it's going to be hard to set up here without scratching the roof. So I went ahead and threw this roof rack on there. I didn't film doing it, but I did have my wife help me lift it up and over just because awkwardness, it's not that heavy, but trying to get it up there without scratching it, scratching the roof of the car might have been a little difficult. It's kind of dirty, so I need to take it to a car wash. I had actually bought this in 2012 for a prior vehicle, and the day after I assembled it, a drunk driver talked me out of that vehicle, little wreck there, so it's been sitting ever since with nothing to do. Got this from Amazon. I think there's a million sellers selling them. It's not a high-dollar, high-end rack by any means, but it's decent enough. Bolts together, do it yourself, not a bad deal to do. Little cross braces here that go across the rails, and little plastic thumb grips on the nuts underneath. Threw some washers in there. I did throw a little Loctite on there, or thread locker on there as well. The blue kind, the easy to get apart kind, just to keep it from backing off from vibration. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see how it does in the wind. If we have one of those 40+ mile an hour gusting days, it might be kind of fun on the highway with this additional surface area up there to catch, but pretty pleased overall. You know, OEM rails even have a warning here, 165 pounds maximum, evenly distributed, of course. Depending on where you put the weight, this rack may not handle that much anyway, but this is not a big, heavy vehicle that we're going to put a lot of heavy weight up there, but it sure would be handy for, you know, throw some things up there, some chairs, some folding chairs, or an ice chest, small ice chest. Amazon and a lot of online stores do have those elastic nets. Also those nice easy straps, bungee cords, and even some of the cinch up rope ones might be handy for doing stuff here. More than anything, probably looks, it probably won't even get used that much. I had more plans to use it on the vehicle that it was going to go on before, but after I was talked out of that one, I didn't have much of a use. But for now, we're going to go with that and see how it does, and I'll have to find out how it does in the wind.